So I think I finally have it figured out. It turns out that I was using pins that I thought had the ability to have pull up resistors and pull down resistors, but scratch that ability of they're actually hardwired. So if you look at the schematic, which I finally did, I probably should have done that much sooner, I noticed that the D3 that I was using actually has a pull up, and it's most likely used for flashing, I think, for uploading the sketches. But it's an actual pull-up resistor that's there. It's not one of those built-in that you can toggle on or off like you can with a regular kind of Arduino Uno kind of thing. So it turns out there's a few of these things. Well, two of them. So GPIO 0, which is D3, and GPIO 2, which is D4. They both have a pull-up 10K resistor to 3.3 volts. And then there's GPIO 15, which is D8, which has a 10K to ground. And those are not the kind of things that you set in code. They're actually physically there. They're always there. So without much further ado, you can see that I've swapped out the PIR sensors and put in buttons because I thought those sensors were at fault, but they might be nothing of a problem. They might just be okay. So anyways, I'm going to try it with the buttons first, and I'll turn on the power. And you'll see the new startup sequences. You see the lights are flashing. As they're connecting to the Wi-Fi network, they flash slowly, and then the trees flash briefly to indicate that they're online. And what happened in this case, one of the trees came online first, so when the second one came online, it caused the second, or the first, was it? One of the trees came online, and which alerted the other tree because it was already waiting for messages. So you can see the messages here that have just come through. What I'm going to do now is press a button, and let's bring this monitor a bit closer, and bring that down. Okay, so what will happen is I'll press a button. This is tree number 2, so we'll send a message to tree 1. And you'll see that the light should go on the tree I'm pressing at the top, which will send a message in this box. And then this tree should light up fully, except for the top LED. So here we go. Okay, ooh, that was quick. So you'll notice that the message there. And they should stay on briefly, or not briefly, about 10 seconds for about the same amount of time though. Oh, yeah, there's that little delay between them, but not a big deal. Now let's do the other one. So if I click this one, this indicates something has happened at that tree, which is going to send a message to that tree, same as before. Here we go. And all the magic happens. So now if I do this one, the other one should light up at the same time. So these are now working as intended, except without the motion sensors. It's instead just using push buttons. So this by itself, I could wrap it up, call it a day, but I do want to get those motion sensors still in there, so I'm going to play around with that a little bit and see if I can get that running. So hooray, finally a bit of a breakthrough, and probably because I was assuming too many things and not reading the spec sheets, so let that be a lesson to myself. Bye-bye.